Hello everyone, I am Ambooj of BCA department from Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies. Today I am going to deliver lecture on Introduction of SQL. SQL is a structured query language, is a computer language aimed to store, manipulate and retrieve store in a relational database. IBM implemented the language originally called the SQL as a part of the System R project in the earlier 1970s. The first commercial relational database was released by Relational Software, later become a Oracle. The SQL language has several parts like a DDL, DMLA and TCLA. Now first one is a DDL, that means data definition language, provide commands for defining relational schemas, deleting relational and modifying relational schema. Interactive data manipulation language DMLA, it include also command to insert tuples, that means row, into delete tuple from and modify tuple in the database. View definition include command for defining views, how to see your schema in your database. Transaction control include command for specifying the beginning and ending of the transactions. Embedded SQL and dynamic SQL, defining how SQL statement can be embedded within general purpose programming language such as a C, C++, Java and many more. Integrity, the SQL DDL include command for specific integrity constraint. Constraint, that means you have to implement some restriction on your query that the data stored in a database must specify update that violate integrity constraint are disallowed. Authorization, that means DCL, the SQL DDL include commands for specific access right to relations and views. Now next is a data definition language. DDL language, statement used to define database structure or schema. Some example in mention DDLA, how to create your database, alter, drop and renaming your schema. Now next one is the how to create a table. That time you have to run create query, create table and mention of your table name. For example, if I have create branch table, so write a query create table branch and mention some column name like branch name. You can also mention the data type like char and also specify the size of the table. Now next one is a delete table name. That time you have to use drop command, drop table and table name. Alter table, alter, that means you have to something modify or add in your table, to alter table name, add and specify column name. Next is a DML, data manipulation language. Data manipulation language statement used for managing data within a schema, how to select your data, how to retrieve your data from your database. So here are some queries you can use like select, insert, update, delete and call like a SQL language or a SQL or a Java program. Basic SQL query, that time you have to use some clauses like select clause, where clause and from clause. Select clause used to select specific column in your table, like if you are creating the account table, that time you can mention select branch name in your table, to select branch name from account table name. Where clause, that means you have to mention some specific condition, that time you have select some specific row. From, that means you have to mention the specific range you have to select from the specific table. Next, some basic SQL query is a rename operation. You have to rename your table or a column name, tuple variable, string operations. Like string operation you can use the like operator. You have to show some specific character from your given values in your row. Ordering and displaying the tuple, you have to use two type order like ascending order and descending order. That time you have to show increasing order, that time you have to ascending order. You can mention ASC and descending order you can use DSC. I hope everyone enjoyed today's topic, introduction of SQL. Like, share and subscribe Tecnia TV. Thank you so much.